Source of quote, Seth Speaks, The Eternal Validity of the Soul, Part 1, Chapter 7, The Potentials of the Soul, Session 531, May 25, 1970.
Not only are you part of other independent selves, each one focused in its own reality, but there's a sympathetic relationship that exists. For example, because of this relationship, your experience need not be limited by the physical perceptive mechanisms. You can draw upon knowledge that belongs to these other independent selves. You can learn to focus your attention away from physical reality, to learn new methods of perception that will enable you to enlarge your concept of reality and greatly expand your own experience. It is only because you believe that physical existence is the only valid one that it does not occur to you to look for other realities. Such things as telepathy and clairvoyance can give you hints of other kinds of perception, but you are also involved in quite definite experiences both while you are normally waking and while you are asleep. The so-called stream of consciousness is simply that one small stream of thoughts, images, and impressions that is part of a much deeper river of consciousness that represents your own far greater existence and experience. You spend all your time examining this one small stream so that you become hypnotized by its flow and entranced by its motion. Simultaneously, these other streams of perception and consciousness go by without your notice, yet they are very much a part of you, and they represent quite valid aspects, events, actions, emotions with which you are also involved in other layers of reality. You are as actively and vividly concerned in these realities as you are in the one in which your main attention is now focused. Now, as you are merely concerned with your physical body and physical self as a rule, you give your attention to the stream of consciousness that seems to deal with it. These other streams of consciousness, however, are connected with other self forms that you do not perceive. The body, in other words, is simply one manifestation of what you are in one reality. But in these other realities, you have other forms. You are not divorced from these other streams of consciousness in any basic way. Only your focus of attention closes you off from them and from the events in which they are involved. If you think of your stream of consciousness as transparent, however, then you can learn to look through and beneath the others that lie in other beds of reality. You can also learn to rise above your present stream of consciousness and perceive others that run, for analogy's sake, parallel. The point is that you are only limited to the self you know if you think that you are, and if you do not realize that that self is far from your entire identity. Now, often you tune into these other streams of consciousness without realizing that you have done so, for again, they are part of the same river of your identity. All are therefore connected.